legal signature used without his consent or knowledge? And that's not just the president or me raising those questions, Caitlin.
A new controversy is unfolding in Washington as President Trump questions the validity of several pardons issued during Joe Biden's presidency, claiming they are null and void because they were signed using an Autopen. The White House press secretary addressed this issue head-on during a press briefing.
Was his legal signature used without his consent or knowledge? And that's not just the president or me raising those questions, Caitlin. According to the New York Post, there are Biden officials from the previous White House who raised those questions and wondered if the president was even consulted about his legally binding signature being signed onto documents. And so I think it's a question that everybody in this room should be looking into, because certainly that would propose perhaps criminal or illegal behavior if staff members were signing the President of the United States autograph without his consent.
Biden is on the record talking about issuing preemptive pardons to these people.
But was he aware of his signature being used on every single pardon? That's a question you should ask the Biden White House.
An Autopen, a device capable of replicating a person's signature, has long been used by U.S. presidents for official documents. The device, first used by President Harry Truman, became more widely adopted in modern administrations, including by Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama. However, Trump and his legal team are arguing that its use on preemptive pardons for January 6th committee members and individuals like Dr. Anthony Fauci raises serious concerns. The central argument that Biden may not have personally authorized these pardons, or worse, was unaware of them entirely. From a constitutional perspective, the use of an Autopen has been legally upheld. A 2005 DOJ memo confirmed that a president can use an Autopen to sign legislation and executive orders. Presidents Obama and Bush both signed bills into law using the Autopen while traveling abroad. But the bigger question here is intent. Was President Biden actually aware of these specific pardons being issued in his name? And if he wasn't, that could mean a breach of executive authority. It would suggest unauthorized actions by White House staff, which could have serious legal implications. If a president's signature can be applied without their explicit consent, that raises concerns about internal controls within the executive branch.
It looked like we had an Autopen for a president, and we would have been better off if we had, probably. But it looks to me like, that's a big subject. I'm sure you won't ask about that. But the whole subject of Autopen, did he know what he was doing? Did he authorize it? Or is this somebody in an office, maybe a radical left lunatic, just signing whatever that person was? That's not what it's all about. I never use it. I mean, we may use it as an example to send some young person a letter, because it's nice, we get thousands and thousands of letters, and letters of support for young people, for people that aren't feeling well, etc. But to sign pardons and all of the things that he signed with an Autopen is disgraceful.
The former Biden officials, however, has dismissed these claims. A statement from former Biden officials suggests that all actions taken were legally sound and in line with historical precedent. They point out that no U.S. court has ever ruled an Autopen signature to be invalid for an official act. Meanwhile, legal experts argue that Trump's attempt to void these pardons may lack legal standing. As this controversy unfolds, the key questions remain. Did Biden knowingly approve these pardons? Was his signature used without consent? And does Trump have the legal authority to challenge them? The Department of Justice may ultimately need to weigh in on whether these pardons stand, or if legal action could be taken against individuals who authorize the use of the Autopen. As investigations continue, one thing is clear: this debate is far from over,